the music. Time to dance.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of DropPod. I know we've been gone for a few weeks. There hasn't really been anything to talk about, but today we have the question on everybody's mind, and I'm going to be asking it to none other than Abe, aka OneBadMutha. Abe, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great, and I'm always a good person to ask questions to because I know a lot of stuff.
Of course, the most knowledgeable person in the world. Abe, we have a press conference coming up on Sunday. June 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. XboxEra will be co-streaming that. Make sure you check it out. Abe, the biggest question as it pertains to us here on DropPod is, will Halo be at the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase?
It is time for Halo to make way for others. So this is going to be the time for Halo to step aside and allow others to the limelight. So the answer is no. Austin.
All right, well, great show. Yeah. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
2 weeks
No,
of updates.
Of course, Abe, I think you're wrong, man. I understand where you're coming from. Saying no, it makes sense. I totally get it. I think it will be there. And here's the thing. I'm going to spice up the prediction a little bit. I think not only will it be there, I think the only Halo that we see, if it's there on the 12th, mind you, not the 14th. I don't think it'll be there on the 14th. But if it's there, it'll be on the 12th, and it will be Project Tatanka. It will be the 60-player Battle Royale PvE hybrid mode that Certain Affinity has been working on for supposedly about 2 years.
Because that, after all the attention Halo's got the last couple of years, that's probably the only thing that would be worthy of being on stage with all these other big IPs that they have going on. Correct? Which is why, if we believe that Tatanka is going to be that big, is why it's not going to be there this year.
Okay, I mean, I didn't say it a minute ago, but I do like fundamentally agree with you that I think you do make a really good point about Halo's not doing super hot right now, right? Like, there are some problems with the core game. Maybe a cool, exciting big mode isn't the right band-aid for the fix, isn't the right fix for the problem. It's going to be hard to stunt a bleed with a hot glue gun kind of thing, right?
Right.
So I think it makes sense that maybe it doesn't show up. Maybe this is the year, like you said, that it takes a step back and kind of lets every other Xbox IP go. Really, Xbox just has to deliver a super solid show so that people are like, well, where was Halo? I think that totally makes sense, but I do think you're wrong. I do think genuinely that we'll see it at E3, and it will be Tatanka.
To me, it's not just about, does the show need Halo? Obviously, the show, we hope at this point in time the show doesn't need Halo. The Xbox has always needed Halo in the past. It's been there. It's been carrying it from the beginning, and I think it's carried it the last couple of years where a lot of these studios kind of sat back. I think it's time to kind of have the favor returned for Halo, for it to kind of go away, to allow people to miss it a little bit. Also, like we were saying, the key right now is Halo needs some more time, not just to stem the bleeding, but also to really fix some foundational things. We've always said Halo has a great foundation, but really they were talking about like the core sandbox and the gameplay.
Right.
When we start talking about all the other peripheral things, there's a lot of work to be done. And this is going to be the biggest bullet that Halo will probably be able to fire in the next 10 years. If you're talking about one thing that's going to bring everybody back at one time, it's going to be
people
a BR.
Super excited about it again. Get people interested in campaign expansion, more multiplayer stuff in general. It would be this BR, right? That brings in a bunch of people that maybe have never even played Halo before, more so than the game just being free to play would. I think that totally makes sense. Something that you were saying earlier that I thought was very interesting about what the 14th could be. I guess Forge and co-op campaign, with that coming soon?
Yeah, I mean, on the 14th, that's where I think you'll see some of the secondary announcements. That's where you get the DLCs, right? That's where you might have expected something like the Flight Sims, whatever DLC we had last year, right? So that's where you might bring in some of the second half of the season 2, where we talk a little bit about Forge, we talk a little bit about the co-op, just some things to keep it relevant. So there's an opportunity there, but that could even be something that comes a few weeks later, because maybe they're not even at the point where they feel like demonstrating that now. I don't think it's critical is the point. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think there will be anything big enough for the main one. Potentially we'll get some secondary stuff that will tide us over, but I don't think that those are going to be meant to really lift the tide a whole lot when it comes to Halo.
No, absolutely. I think that there is actually some interesting messaging right now, right? Where Unicheck, who's one of the community managers, retweeted an official tweet from the Halo account a few days ago where it was officially announced for the first time that they do want to do flights for a campaign starting as early as next month, which is great. That's super exciting. I can't wait to play this game in co-op again, or sorry, rather for the first time. I think I do say that with the messaging around that, and that there is a June DropPod coming, and we'll talk about it in a few weeks or in the coming weeks or whatever.
Right.
It does kind of temper my expectations for a Halo announcement at E3, but if CA is handling this mode, right, and it is an extension of Infinite, but ostensibly just like Warzone is for Call of Duty, its own kind of thing that kind of fits into the Infinite package, I don't see why there's any reason why we couldn't get this announcement at Xbox Bethesda Games Showcase on Sunday, June 12th.
Yeah, I mean, Austin, I can't disagree with the fact that it's always possible. Anything is possible. I just think Microsoft is a little bit smarter right now. I think that when this huge opportunity comes back for them with being able to fire the CA gun, make sure all the rest of your ship's in order, make sure that you have everything from progression to cosmetics to performance, desync,
the stuff that needs to be
matchmaking.
fixed.
Everything needs to be ready to go there. They need to have some content lined up this time so that when people do engage, they're kept in the game. And I think they're not going to make the same mistake twice is what I'm getting at. So if I thought this holiday season where they're going to have whoever can come out this holiday season is going to have center stage all to themselves because of all the delays that have happened as we're still experiencing the tail end of everything from the pandemic. I think they would show it here, but I think it's unrealistic.
It really needs to be like completely ready for them to show it off. The game has to be in a better state than it's in right now. I 100% see your points. I just think you're wrong. Is really all I can say about it, man. I guess we're gonna find out, and then we're coming back next Thursday for the You Had Me at Halo podcast. So we'll figure out some sort of arrangement. Maybe I'll send you a pizza or something if I'm just completely wrong.
We'll just have the show, and I'll highlight all the things you missed, and you'll understand.
We'll put a little like wrestling belt together, so that whoever's prediction is the most correct gets to hold on to it for a year, and we'll pass that around a little bit. But Abe, I think that does actually bring this episode of DropPod to a close. If people wanted to find you online, where could they do that?
Well, if you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me at OneBadMutha at Mutha MUTHA_1 ONE. Otherwise, obviously, as we just talked about, we'll be on the Halo podcast in a few days following the showcase, so come find us there. And then obviously we're always doing something else with XboxEra, so just come to XboxEra.com.
Hell yeah, buddy. Well, guys, if you want to find me wherever you hope to find me, I guarantee I'm going to be there with a new handle. Pfhorbear is dead. Long live Austin Ford at Austin Ford Games. That is my full name. Games is not my last name. Ford is my last name. But anyway, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, whatever you want to find me on, that's how you're going to find me. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content. Give it a like even. It really helps us out. And go check out patreon.com/XboxEra if you're looking for even more ways to support us. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of DropPod. Until next time, we'll see you. Until next time, be safe and have fun is what I normally say. But anyway, see you later, guys.